clear. Shepelev keeps it in. Centering pass is blocked. Vidyaletdinov containing it at the blue line for the Soviet Union. Now it's rolled across the ice to the Philadelphia Flyers. Paddock lets it go from well outside the line off the chest of Tretiak. Svetlov trying to make the fast breaking pass, gets it out of center ice. Over the line they come. Anatoly Semenov was stick-checked by McCrimmon. Pass rolling off the Philadelphia Flyers. Hoffmeier's stick. Soviets in complete command here midway in this final period. Little over 10 minutes left. They lead 5-1. Vasiliev works it inside the blue line for Bykov. Turned back by the Flyers. Kozhevenikov shot it in on the offside. They'll face off right there. The Flyer blue line, exactly 10 minutes to play. Lead at 5-1. Wilson. Taylor at center ice. Wilson now off the near boards. The relay by Pop did not click. Kozhevenikov sends Vasiliev away inside the line. Made the pass, not the shot. Turned back into the corner. Poked out by Philadelphia Flyers Holmgren. Starikov. Here's Bykov. Kozhevenikov accepts the right wing pass. Dumps it in front of the goal, and they almost tapped in goal number 6. 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining now. Flyers coming in. Taylor cutting it on goal. Jams away at it. Tretiak there to block it on the short side. Starikov to Bykov. He's bumped down. Sergei Starikov. Barnikov again, wearing Maltsev's number. The great Maltsev had to go home after breaking his finger after just one game. He broke it in a practice in Quebec City. But they certainly don't miss him. Soviet team has played beautifully on this North American tour. That is Dvorak on the boards for Philadelphia. Flyers again having trouble advancing that puck down the ice. Cochran, the defenseman, brings it down to the corner, rolls it out in front. And Babinov is there, cover up for the Soviet Union, and sends Sportsov inside the blue line. Sportsov ridden off by Mark Howe. He is the Flyers' only goal tonight. And a 5-1 Soviet lead. They got rolling early with 2 in the first period. When you get in behind the Soviets early, it's awfully tough to come back, as the Flyers have found out. Bobby Clark couldn't gather in the pass from Howe. Bozakov all the way around and down. Flyers will get a break now as they'll have a face-off in the Soviet zone on the icing car with 7:55 to go. The NHL Soviet Series 83.
A tough time getting away with any of that.
Fetisov promptly off the face-off of the Soviet Union ahead to Timonev. He rolls it for the center ice area. But there are 3 red shirts there to pounce on it again. Over to Timonev. Timonev makes his cut of the shot. It's blocked by Pelle Lindbergh. Held in by Fetisov for a moment. Flyers now the break on the right side. But again, the Soviet defender Kazatonov closed off. Tom Gorant's coming in right out in front. They bat away at it. Tretiak is down. Barber there as sticks go high, pushing and shoving. Reaching over now for a punch to the left hand of one of the Soviet players. Sittler in the middle of the melee as well, as tempers flare late in this third period.
Well, Hoffmeier and Timonev getting a little upset in front there, but a good chance by the Flyers. The late man coming in for a shot as we look at Bob Hoffmeier. That faceoff now going to come out of the zone because the Flyer defenseman moved in. There's really no reason to move in. Here's Gorans trying to cut for the net. Kazatonov keeping him on the outside. Larionov, see him back check all the way back in deep with Barber. That's when Sittler centers the pass right here. Hoffmeier getting a shot, and then Barber on the doorstep being stopped by Tretiak. And then the skirmish started. But that's what we were talking about. Larionov coming all the way back with Barber, even though Fetisov had been caught up deep.
I want to acknowledge in the waning minutes of this series the excellent work of our producer Tom McKee, director Michael Lansbury, the other commentators we've worked with, and in particular my partner the last 4 games, Lou Nanny. I'll call you the Tony Kubek of hockey. You've done a great job up here.
Thank you very much, Don. It's been my pleasure working with you.
It all began 9 days ago at the Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton, and now 7:24 remain in this NHL Soviet Series here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. Golfed in by Hoffmeyer. Barber makes a good play and rolls in behind the goal. Could not steer it in front. Now Svetlov for the Soviets. He'll try the left side, and Hoffmeyer missed him on a sailing check. Hoffmeyer coming away with a puck now in behind his own goal, and up the ice he heads. Bill Barber. Batted down for Shepelev. Soviets cruising for that fast break in center ice. Svetlov makes the check, gets the break there, feeds the pass over, and Lindbergh makes the save. Ahead for Sinicello. Bilyeletdinov of the Soviet Union. Chopped off a Soviet stick down the ice. It will not be far enough to be called for icing. 6.5 minutes left now. Dvorak squeezing it inside the blue line. Play very scrambly at this stage. It's getting late. And in their hearts, the Flyers must know it's a bit late to mount a comeback of a 4-goal proportion against the Soviet Union. Long drive by Zubkov, handled easily by Lindbergh. Evans in difficulty. Left inside the line for Bykov. Promptly on the puck was John Paddock for the Philadelphia Flyers. Evans inside the line. He couldn't control it. Kozha Velikov, he's dangerous. Closing in with a pass. Good stick check back there by Ben Wilson. Vasiliev blasts one high. Knocked down in front for Wilson. Wilson, a good move against Vasiliev. Beating Mark Howe on the right side. Howe right in front of the goal. No one there. Holmgren with it now. For Taylor. Couldn't find him. Taylor against Starikov. Dumps it back to the corner for Holmgren. Bumped off the puck by Babinov. They're jamming for a face-off. Pepper's play once again. There's a punch thrown by Holmgren. Babinov is angry, as you can see, on the previous confrontation.
Paul Holmgren throwing left at Babinov. A little upset in there, and we're going to have penalties. A little roughing going on in there. Holmgren taking him out with a check, getting hit back and getting somewhat upset. We see that's right. He's just letting them know who's getting the penalties, and they're getting Paul escorted over to the box also. You see the little skirmish right there as Babinov takes him in, and then they're going at it. Paul's going to throw a left at him, I think, in about 1 second here. Right there. Babinov looked like a good boxer. He just got his head back just in time. Paul very upset. Flyers, of course, right now know there's only 5:08 left. Down 5-1, trying to get that puck free in the corner, and sometimes frustrations do run a little high.
Well, it's surfacing only now. Babinov and Holmgren getting roughing penalties together. They have contained themselves very well. Penalties have not been the Philadelphia Flyers' problem tonight by any means.
No, Philadelphia this year showing a great deal of discipline, and that's all because of Bob McCammon. He just won't let them take stupid penalties. They've gone from being first in the league continually. I believe right now at this stage they're 15th in the penalized teams in the league, and that's one of the reasons for their success. They used to give up so many shorthanded goals. That takes you out of the game, but this man right there won't stand for it and has not allowed them to lose their discipline.
They are flying high in the National Hockey League's Patrick Division, but they've been grounded by the Soviet Union tonight with 5 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the hockey game and in the series. McCrimmon makes the pass ahead of center ice for Taylor. Taylor again now. Two Soviet defenders. Fedosov is the one who turned him back. Time and time again, the Flyers go into reverse gear. McCrimmon across the prop. Now they head out looking for the head man up there. Taylor decided to carry the puck in instead and shoot it down to the Soviet corner. Prop goes in for it. Bad pass. Nowhere near McCrimmon. Head over for Kazatonov, and he did not make a good play. Back for Krutov, intercepted by the Flyers. Hoffmeyer. Flyers now changing with a play at center ice. Larionov, he's been everywhere. One of the top Soviet players tonight. On a line that has led this series in scoring. The Soviet team. Fedosov, they're out there for a skate right now, Lou.
That's right. They're just killing the clock. One thing they're doing really effectively is taking the center ice away from the Flyers and just continually forcing them to come up the side to the defenseman.
Ben Wilson, he's been effective for the Flyers tonight as well, starts this play.
See right there, that's what they want to do all night long. They take that middle away and just force you to the outside if they can.
Mark Howe has the only Flyer goal that came in the second period, gave Philadelphia momentary life, but the Soviets have just overpowered them, preventing any chance of a comeback. We get down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds of playing time. Shepelev left it there for Wilson. This night began with emotion and excitement and drama, and the waving of 15,000 American flags. There's a shot right on Tretiak. He makes the save, but I'll tell you, the Soviets took away all the enthusiasm, and here we go again. Fedosov, the Soviet captain, involved there. Darryl Sittler and Bill Barber.
Well, Billy doesn't usually get involved in this way. Billy's a complete hockey player. He plays his game extremely cleanly. Probably just getting a little frustrated here, but you have to look at the Soviet defenseman. He's going to wrap right up after Barber's just going for the net. You see that? Fedosov just grabs him. The whistle had already blown. You can't blame Billy for getting a little upset right there, but the face-off again coming out, and that's one thing you don't want to do. There really was going to be nothing happening there, so just allow it to stay. The defenseman should have stayed out at the blue line. The Soviets, of course, very content right now to just pass the puck around, not give Philadelphia any kind of play or opportunity to score in Tretiak.
31 shots on Tretiak, and he has blocked 30 of them tonight.
Tretiak, just an outstanding goaltender for over a decade now for this Soviet hockey club. And the big question, as he says he's going to quit playing after the next Olympics, who will be the next Soviet goaltender? If you go back to the past 20 years, they've only had 3, and it seems they have a great difficulty coming up with a second goaltender. And well, they have different reasons for that, Don, but I'm not sure what it is.
They have Bushkin. We are told that he will not inherit the job, that they have a young fella coming up in behind that they think will be their Olympic goalie of the future. They have corrected the time now. It skipped a minute. It is now 2:58 remaining, not a minute and 58 seconds as we had seen earlier. Soviets getting that clarified with referee Bruce Hood.
The Soviets probably want to get out of here quickly, and they're wondering what happened. We've got Shepelev has gone over to the penalty box to talk to the interpreter Aggie Kuklowitz and Krutov, but we see right there Darryl Sittler just waiting for them to come and face off. Bruce Hood talking to Aggie, and there's Larionov also with Fedosov.
Let's bring in Lou Nolan now down there at the timekeeper's bench.
Well, what happened, the players, we do not work with Glasser in Philadelphia. We prefer to work without it through the communications with the officials. And players were checked at the red line, and one of the players hit the single minute with his glove and knocked 1 minute from the clock. The officials had their watches on it, and both officials came up right away and said that we owed the clock 1 minute.
So the clock here is indeed vulnerable and was victimized for a minute just there. They've corrected that situation now.
This is the line's been excellent for the Soviets. I'm going to vote for Larionov because he's been superb in every game. Their second leading scorer and goal scorer, but this line has had superb play all night long, and any one of these fellows could have been the Soviet star.
Krutov has been the Labatt's player of the game.
Krutov or Larionov?
Krutov has been.
Oh, before, yeah, twice before.
Previously, twice. All right, here's Sittler now with about 2.5 minutes to play. Beating Gorin. Ridden off and got a shot away. Steered aside easily by Tretiak. Sittler popping it out for Barber, turning to slap it. Went off Wilson's stick. The relay failed by Sittler. Darryl Sittler having a good season, his first full season with the Philadelphia Flyers after getting out of Toronto. Soviets closing in again right in front of the goal. Svetlov cut. Could not make a play. Soviets will be going back to Montreal for the weekend. They will practice there at the Montreal Forum on Saturday and Sunday, we're told. Their flight to Moscow is not until Monday out of Montreal's Mirabel Airport.
That's 31 Semenov that just went off, Don. He was with the Soviet junior team last year, their best player. Canada, of course, beat him for the gold medal, but he's made a great transition to this hockey club. A big step for him, and he's made it very effectively.
Starikov ahead to Bykov. Bykov, Kozhevenikov. And that is whistled down as the play crossed the Flyers blue line. Something interesting on the weekend. They've got one of those promotions in Montreal when youngsters can come and watch the Montreal Canadiens practice. The Soviets are supposed to practice right afterward. There's a bonus for the kids to see both the Soviets and the Canadiens practice. I wonder if they get talking and say, well, seeing as how we're out here, can we have a little game?
Well, I know one thing. The first time I played in Russia was in 1965, and we went out to practice one day. We couldn't practice unless we played an Army team that happened to be there. You just never were able to get the ice without playing one of their teams.
Well, they might have a scrimmage in Montreal. Who knows? Could be an unofficial 7th game. Canadians, of course, beaten 5-0 in the one shot they had against the Soviets New Year's Eve.
Well, the team playing Montreal that night would love them to scrimmage the Russians in the afternoon.
Yeah. Holmgren now against Starikov. Starikov wins that little battle. Kozhevenikov beating it wide left side. Center ice for the Soviet Union. Bykov takes the pass from Varnikov. A minute to play in the hockey game and in the NHL Soviet series. 5-1. The Soviets have it all wrapped up here in the Philadelphia Spectrum tonight. The Flyers, who had that winning streak around the National Hockey League, 7 games, it'll still go in the NHL, but they've been cooled out but good here by the Soviet Union. Toronto has beaten Washington 3-1 tonight, and Vancouver's beaten Hartford 6-4 in the NHL. Just 29 seconds to go, and a hard shot drifts wide from Mark Howe. He is the only Philadelphia goal. Bobby Clark played so well for the Flyers. Been frustrated as any of them have been. Passes in now, and the quick shot from the stick of Carson is held on to by Tretiak with 13 seconds remaining.
That's right. Bobby Clark, noticeable on both ends of the rink. He's back there helping the defenseman all night long, up providing some trouble for this fellow Tretiak, screening him on that one goal. Played a great game.
I want to thank our statistician, Eddie Milliken from Toronto, who's worked the entire 6 games, crisscrossed a couple of countries and a continent a few times. Thanks for your work, Ed. We get down to the final 13 seconds now. Thanks to all the technical crews, production crews that have joined us in the 6 National Hockey League cities to make this series a success. Prism is the producing company here in Philadelphia, providing facilities for us. They do the Philadelphia Flyers games regularly. We thank them. Face-off comes out over the blue line, and that should just about be it as the clock here at the Philadelphia Spectrum ticks down now to 5 seconds. Cochran rolls it inside the blue line. And the National Hockey League Soviet Series 83 is over with the Soviet Union's national team winning tonight 5-1. Another great game by Tretiak, and winning the series over the National Hockey League 4-2. And perhaps the NHL next time, Lou, might consider playing all the games in the province of Alberta. That's where the 2 wins came.
Well, there's a little bit of difference, as you know, because this team is their select team, but it was a great experience for all the clubs. I know for our own team, the Minnesota North Stars, we were very pleased to have the opportunity to play, and we felt that we gave a good effort. 6 minutes in our game. As you know, you can't leave 6 minutes out of a game, but that was a big difference for us, and we're hopeful that we gained something from it. But the most important thing, we think it was an excellent exhibition for all the hockey fans that viewed it.
Well, to recap for you, Edmonton won the first 4-3, and shutouts in Quebec and Montreal.
And awards to the Labatt's Players of the Game. Presenting the awards are the former general manager of the Montreal Canadiens and also a director of John Labatt Limited. Please welcome Mr. Sam Pollock. And the Labatt Player of the Game for the Soviet Union, number 11, Igor Larionov. The Labatt Player of the Game for the Philadelphia Flyers, number 16.